new song came out, Normani Motivation. I've listened to it about 550,000 times. She's killing the game basically. Into it, it's going to be a voiceover because I know a lot of you guys don't like me talking so much when I do hair tutorials. You subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed. Turn your notifications on. That's very, very important, because if your notifications aren't on, you're never going to get notified when I upload a video and you're never going to see them. Follow me on Instagram. I would really love your company. Also, we're almost at 300,000 subscribers, so that's just really exciting and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm just looking forward to expanding this family, and I said I was going to jump into it, so I am. Let's go.
Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is take your hair down, and this is going to work better on fresh hair or hair that's just not tangled, because you're going to have to do a lot of separating and stuff. So if it hasn't got tangles, it's going to be a lot easier. So just imagine you're doing a half up, half down. So you're going to want to take a section. I call it like a half circle, kind of like headband type section.
Okay, I just want to pause things here for one sec. So whether you were doing this on your real hair, if you were doing this on a wig, this whole step is essentially the same thing. If you're wearing a wig, then just make sure that it's securely laid down, or if you're going to do it on like a wig stand, on like a mannequin head, just make sure it's securely stuck down so that you can do the parts and everything easily. And if it's on your head, then literally just do the same thing that I'm doing. And also, if you were going to leave your hair out for the final thing, then you're going to follow the steps exactly as I do them. And if you are going to use like a hair piece or something, or if you're going to weave some hair into your hair at the end, then I will show you those steps towards the end. But this part is pretty much going to be the same whatever you're doing with your hair. So if it's a wig, it's already on your hair. If it's already laid down, glued down, just do what I'm doing.
Okay, so we can carry on now. When you have your half circle, you're going to want to split your hair in half again, and you need to kind of make sure that these sections are as precise and neat as possible. So you want a section at the back, and then you're going to want 2 more sections. So each half has 3 sections, and the section at the back is kind of tiny, and this front sections are kind of equal. I hope that makes sense. You guys can see it here, like the 2 front sections are kind of equal, and the section at the back was a baby section. So then we're going to be working on the front row. The front row has got 3 sections within it. So the first section is kind of big because it goes all the way from your ear all the way up to kind of, what do we call this, like above our temples. I don't know. So I'm spraying my hair wet, and then I'm putting this Alberto Balsam gel on it, and I'm laying down my edges just because I want to make sure that my edges are left out before I tie them away. Get it looking neat. These ones are super important because they're right at the front. You don't have to do this much work with the other sections. Then you're going to want to take your secret weapon, which is these tiny mini hair elastics. You can actually get these in all sorts of colors, but I got mine in Primark, so they just had black and clear, so I used clear because it works pretty well with this look. Go ahead and tie this little section up. Just try and be careful that other pieces of hair don't try to get involved. It's like a party that everyone wants to come to. Look, your edges are trying to get in, your sideburns are trying to get in, and just pieces of hair everywhere's trying to get in. And this is an exclusive party. This is for this section only. So just keep it neat, keep it tidy, because if you have pieces of hair from all over the place, it's going to start like pulling and tugging on your hair. It's going to be uncomfortable. So just try and keep it neat. You're going to want to take the next section of hair and do the same thing. It's kind of hard for me to explain how you want to section your hair off, so that's how you can just see it here instead. The section at the side was kind of big, and this section is smaller, and then you're going to have a section in the middle of your head, which is this one. This one has to be extremely neat because this is the most visible section, so this has to be very, very neat. I actually tied this one like 3 times, but I'm only showing it once because I wanted to pretend that I had it all in one shot, but obviously my big mouth, I'm telling you now. So when we've done that side, go ahead and do the front row of the other side of your head, because it's going to be easier to do this front row now. Instead of trying to do half of your head at once, it's easier just to do all of the front row. So we're going to do the exact same thing. It's like a mirror image. We've got 3 on each side, so we have 6 at the front. Now we can go and work on the middle row. The difference with this is it's going to be more of a brick formation. So you know with a brick how you have 2 and then 1 and then 2 and then 1, like as if you're playing hopscotch, right? So it's a slightly different formation, and you usually will combine 2 pieces of hair from the 2 in front in with the 1 behind. When I'm saying this, it's not making sense, but if you combine it with what you're seeing on screen. Now this middle section, we split the piece of hair that's in the middle hair tie. We split it in half. We take half of it back into this one, and we take the other half of it back into this one. Okay, so it's kind of looking like a family tree or something. It's looking like a flow chart. Does that make sense? I hope it does. We're gonna do something like this going all the way back. So once we're done with that, we're gonna take another section at the back, and we're gonna combine pieces of hair like a flow chart, like a family tree, and we're going to bring them back. And this whole formation, we're kind of bringing things closer to the top of our head. Instead of just taking it straight back, we're lifting everything, because ultimately we're going to combine this into a high pony. That's the ultimate goal. So we're bringing the hair up, combining it with pieces that are higher than it, and then we end up with these four pieces. These four pieces right here, which will eventually become one. When two become one, you need some love like you never had a love before. Something like that, you know, Spice Girls. So just combine that with another elastic, and now you have one. And you're going to take a piece of hair out, and we are going to wrap this around the elastic. This keeps things looking neat, keeps things looking, oh my god, keeps things looking neat, keeps things looking tidy. It's just a nice final little effect, you know. So then I am going to use some argan oil on my hair, because I just want my hair to look neat and tidy. And let me just pause things right here, okay? Because do you remember at the start I told you I was going to explain how to finish this up depending whether you're using your real hair or if you're using a wig, whatever the case may be. So if you are using a wig that happens to be full and thick and luscious and lifeless, that's not the right word, full of life, like Normani's hair, then you probably won't need to add extensions or anything. You could just work with that wig. She has some loose waves. If you were doing this on your natural hair and your hair is kind of short, then you might want to use a hairpiece like what I'm going to do. And if your hair is just loose and wavy, then just, you know, keep using your real hair. And if your hair is like mine, you know, the choice is there, it's up to you. So I could leave my hair like this. I'm just going to finish up my edges. I'm going to do my little sideburns like that, like how she has it. I'm just using a toothbrush for that and the Mark Hill perfecting polish. So yeah, I could leave my hair like this if I wanted, but why would I when I have this hairpiece? This hairpiece was like £7 from HAIRSTYLE. I'll leave it linked in. It just clips on like this. You see how it kind of blends in? The way that we wrapped our hair around the ponytail means that this clip-in can blend pretty easily. Like obviously you could spend a lot more time and find one that looks a lot more natural, but I found that this one didn't look too bad. You know, I thought it looked okay for this. So yes. Can you believe I've been making curly hair videos on YouTube for like 4 years now, and in my life I have never used these clear little hair ties? What is wrong with me? Well, my eyes have been opened. Thank you so much, Normani, and thank you for the motivation. Subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications, get me on Instagram. Also tell me if you've listened to the song and what you think about it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Summer, summer, summer.